Let's do it. Oh, you don't have a map up. Either way, we're started.
Oh, no, you're right. It's okay. We are back playing Dungeons and Dragons. And we ended, so just sort of, to get everybody back up to speed, I guess. Out on a quest to just sort of like raise your reputation in Solnar while also finding glory and riches along the way. You guys have decided to go after another orb. This one on the sort of like a little ways into the Stormlands, not terribly far. About like, I don't know, 15% of the way to Sheltertown is what you've come to know as a large fortress nestled on a mountain. The sort of old King's Road leads directly to it, as it was one of the furthest outposts of Solnar before the Stormlands were created. This is where a fight with the about like 80 years ago, a band of adventurers led by Alexander Dumas, who is now the head of the 4th house of Solnar, led his adventuring group, which consisted of himself as a fighter, a barbarian, a rogue, a wizard, and a cleric. All went to fight this dragon that was harassing Solnar. They chased it back to its hoard, which was in this abandoned keep. They fought the dragon. The barbarian and the rogue died, and so did Alexander Dumas. The cleric, with his last spell slot, resurrected Alexander Dumas. The wizard, the cleric lost his arm and his leg in that fight as well. The wizard, unscathed pretty much, as wizards tend to be. And the wizard essentially helped the cleric and Alexander Dumas limp out of there. Nobody really gathering loot, as the party was too really beaten and bloodied, and they made it back to Solnar, hailed as heroes. But nobody, as adventuring parties essentially need to be state sanctioned, nobody has made it back out there, and anybody who has never spoken of it. Like, if anybody's ever made it out to this fort, they either died there or have stayed silent about being one of the few to make it to what is now known as Fort Chilling Doom. That is where you guys are headed. We ended last game with you guys just reaching the outskirts of the Stormlands. And I have this nice little chess piece denoted as you guys. So that's where you are, sort of in comparison.
Yeah, you haven't shared.
No!
You haven't shared.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I was just narrating. I was just narrating, you guys. Chess piece denoting you guys.
To be fair, this is everything I saw in my head anyway.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
I haven't changed the map. It's the same thing we've seen in the past. I'll zoom out. I decided to keep where we put the orbs, just so that you guys would sort of know where you've noted, like, marked things. One day I will like actually sit and be like, there's a forest here, and there's a mountain there, and all, like, the rest of the geographic positions, but not today. Right. So, Also, as a reminder, a bit more micro reminder, you saw a massive bird, huge bird, one that like the sort of like distance thing where one you guys had such different perception rolls, if I remember correctly, on a
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
thing where
Yeah,
one of
medium
you
conversion.
yeah, one of you, I can't remember which. I think it probably was Conversion that thought it was a small bird closer, and Craig was like, no, that thing's massive and really far away.
Older.
So that's just a reminder that you saw that. Other than that, been a pretty like easy March so far. I will say, sort of like we glossed over lots of small, sort of like wild animal combats where like wolves attacked, or maybe one of you guys went out hunting, maybe got a deer or something, because there are animals around. One night,
can Toothy and Jelly like have been? They found like a baby or something, or taking care of it.
They were both grabbed by giant bats in the night.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
It's like they swooped down, grabbed them, and they like latched on and started fighting them as they flew away. And you heard Tim Toothy go, "I'll find you guys. Don't worry about it."
No, they'll be fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
That's fair.
Pity the bats.
Yeah, pity the bats. Hopefully they don't take them home.
Yeah, right.
Back to their nest. The poor population of giant bats in Solnar.
One night, the bats went extinct.
Right.
They just have like 30-foot long cloaks they've made of wings.
Yeah, I'll give them both. I'll give them both cloaks of the bat when they get back.
Yeah.
Comically oversized cloaks of the bat.
Look up on the edge of the cliff, and you see Tim sitting there brooding, like
Like a gargoyle.
Vengeance. Right. So you guys are on like the edge, like it's raining on you, but it like you can see maybe about like 200 feet in front of you. The winds really start to pick up. You see a forest in the distance with like most of the like leaves sort of pulled away, and the trees just being bent, like a constant bend by the wind. It's going to be a tough march through the Stormlands as you just see like a massive storm that is not letting up, but isn't moving towards you either. It's just constantly in one spot.
I figure probably spend one last night at the edge, and then go on in.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Anything you guys would like to do with your last evening outside of the Stormlands? Any preparations?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'm gonna make my bird love me.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna make.
I just sort of
Please.
I had one of my I was like watching one of my friend's screens. He was sharing screens and he brought up his YouTube, and there was a YouTube recommended for what's the actual title of it? Hold on. 10 ways to make your bird love you. And I was like,
God.
you need to send that to David now. So he took notes, he watched the whole video, and now has 10 real life ways to make his bird love him. So what's plan one? What's step one in making this parrot love you?
I'm gonna hand feed it its favorite treat.
And what is this parrot's favorite treat, David?
Some seeds.
What kind of seeds? Where'd you get them?
Sesame seeds, and I picked them up in Solnar.
Wunderbar. Okay, so you hand Can I get a nature check?
We level up after tonight
14.
or next week.
After tonight.
Okay.
And
14.
you got a 14. That's good enough. You know these are sesame seeds. The bird does really enjoy it, and it sort of like flutters around and then lands in the safety spot where it won't be too battered by the coming storm. That's a +1 to friendship. To the bird. Bird's like, okay, he gave me some sesame seeds. Maybe we can make something work here.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Right. Anybody sort of follow up? Are you going to let the bird fly around in the storm, or are you going to like put it in some sort of protective place?
Absolutely not. It's like in my cloak.
Yeah. Okay.
Because at the very least on a leash, otherwise the bird go up and not come back.
Bird's gone. I didn't know they could move that fast.
Backwards too.
Cool. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to do in the final evening, final preparations before a trudge through the storm? Okay. Well, the night passes by without you guys are on like wind-swept land. It's not many trees, not much cover. With the dome, you get plenty of sort of like respite from the wind and the rain, but there isn't like nobody's sneaking up on you, and also there's nothing really living out here. It seems nothing seems to want to sort of. There's no birds. There's no like animals this far out. Yeah. The next morning rolls around, and you guys, I assume, begin just trudging along the road, which is horribly muddied and barely visible. I get a survival check. You're a ranger. What's your domain?
Me?
Yeah, what's your preferred domain?
Oh, do that.
Is that a
I
thing?
rolled a dirty 20
I don't
for
think I
Should
do
be a
that.
thing.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay, you don't do that.
I had expertise in an extra language or 2 extra
That
languages.
ain't me,
instead.
homie. He says.
Yeah, I don't do that. But I mean,
Wrong ranger.
I have a passive 22 survival, so I could still roll it.
16 on survival.
Everybody could roll. Yeah, I honestly just meant Craig because he's the like sort of tracker of the group.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20, and my survival is actually pretty high.
Yeah, you got it's a wisdom stat. So
I got a dirty 22. I only rolled an 8.
Yep.
So you know everybody really is able to keep on the road. It's not the easiest. It's definitely sort of like when all of us live in different parts of the country, but I'm sure you all have your mud seasons, depending on when it happens. Where like there's a really strong rain, and it's like the grass and the mud are just sort of mixed together, and you can't really tell where the road ends and begins.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like on dirt roads or something.
Yeah,
a lot of clay dirt out here, red dirt.
Yeah.
Potholes.
Lots of potholes. Yep. Good thing you guys didn't bring a wagon. You guys have just been walking.
Yeah.
I think a wagon was asked about but denied. And you guys march your way through. Can I get Constitution saving throws from everyone?
I got an 18.
Okay.
24.
Carney and Velran.
Yes, Carney and Velran too.
14.
23.
I got a 23.
Okay.
Elran looks like he got a 7.
Okay.
Carney also got an 18.
And Eddie, you got a 3?
23.
23. Okay, so only Velran fails and gets a tick of exhaustion.
What was the DC?
10.
Okay.
It gets harder the
Yeah.
longer you're in.
Yeah.
I figured.
It like both compounds because you're just in here longer, and if you actually get the tick of exhaustion, it gets worse. And if you reach the exhaustion level where your speed goes to half, there's major issues.
Just a bit, yeah. I
I
am gonna, as we go through the party, just kind of do my telepathic connection every now and then, just to kind of check up on everyone, make sure they're doing okay, yada yada.
Okay.
We don't have anyone that just wandering off.
It is one of those places where normal communication pretty much has to be done through yelling. The wind is so loud, so the telepathic communication is much more reliable. So that's the first half of the day. Can I get a perception check from anybody who wants to, and survival check from anybody who wants to, for the back half of the day, just as a starter?
I got 23 for perception.
Okay.
Nice.
I only got a 14 for perception, but that makes sense with like my eyes and stuff. But I got a really good survival.
So Craig keeps everybody on the road.
Yeah.
Is Craig's job currently. Just sort of as a reminder, I've mentioned this before, that the Stormlands is like essentially always difficult terrain unless you are using magical. You got a 24 perception check, Clarny?
It was 23.
You, in the distance, you can see that there's some sort of disturbance in the storm, causing a giant vortex of wind to go down from the sky and land on the ground. There's a tornado forming in the distance.
I informed the party of this sudden occurrence.
You're unclear. It's quite a ways away, and with all of the wind, it's unclear whether it's moving towards you, moving away from you, how strong it is. But you just see something has caused the wind and sort of like flying detritus over there to come down to the ground.
There's got to be lots of tornadoes in the Rumagarian kingdom, right?
Depending on where it is.
Because it's like there's like an ice shelf to the west of it, and then beach to the east.
The sort of like the breadbasket in the center does have a lot of tornadoes, and so does the desert in the like smack dab center has a lot of sand. Sand. You know the word I want to use. The sand tornadoes.
Devil.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll yell out, if we hear a whistle, we need to make sure we avoid it.
Can I get at once? Can I get Craig to do a? No, never mind. No. You just see you guys push forward. It never gets close to you, and eventually it dissipates. And with you now noticing the telltale signs, you can see that there are probably at any given point 2 or 3 of those forming and dissolving.
Ready to drop to the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere. it's essentially a crapshoot on whether one descends on your head or heads in your direction. This is such an unnatural storm that you're unclear if something's causing it or if it's just the natural occurrence of the latent magics involved in this storm. Can I get Constitution saving throws for everybody for the back half of the day?
7.
30-20.
16 for Clarny. And 22 for Carney.
22 for Eddie.
A what?
22.
Okay.
First level of exhaustion isn't a disadvantage on saving.
I don't think so. I think it's just ability checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
pull. I should have this pulled up since I'm
It
using
is.
it.
Ability checks. This sucks.
Nick says that as he knows that he's about to be slammed with it.
Yeah.
I got a 17. Velran got a 12.
Okay. Velran meets it, beats it. Which is good. So both Craig and Velran have a single level of exhaustion. Right. Nighttime falls, as much as you can tell. You guys are exhausted, like naturally, and are on the edge of like tears of exhaustion, while Craig and Velran are like doubled over and looking to find a place to stop.
I've been losing mummy wraps.
Flies just sort of like fall to the ground occasionally.
Oh no.
Get stuck in the mud. They're like, no!
Dropping like flies.
No!
Every time one of them falls, I yell, Derek!
Right. So how do you guys want to go about resting in the evening? Do you want to all just huddle into the dome?
Yeah. We gotta stay in the tiny hut. Like if we plan on getting any rest at all, we have to.
Yeah.
Anybody who takes a watch outside of the tiny hut doesn't lose exhaustion. Okay. You need to fully rest to lose those tears of exhaustion.
Yeah. I'm gonna plan on taking first and last watch and resting in the middle inside the hut.
So you'll take watch inside the hut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a general course or general plan for me as well, just because, correct me if I remember the spell correctly, nothing can really get in. It's not one of us.
Right.
No, but it can be dispelled.
Right.
Well, yeah. If it gets dispelled, we have a bigger issue on our hands.
Everybody's up anyway, instantly.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to deal with whatever did that.
It's wet.
What?
Okay. So if that's the plan, that's the plan. I just wanted to let you know that there is a caveat of having the exhaustion, of needing like full rest with like food, water, like, you know, you've had a long day, you like ran a marathon, you need to at the end of the day recuperate.
There's 60 berries on the parrot. If Carney hasn't eaten them, that's up to you, Sean.
He hasn't eaten them all. The parrot is very upset. -1 to friendship for dealing with this today.
Riding in my coat all day.
Yeah, he does.
Being safe and warm.
It's very wet. It's like the wind's hitting him. Sucks being a bird here.
I'm giving it a toy. I made a toy. I whittled it.
You whittled it. What's the toy?
The toy is some like chains, some like linked wooden chains.
Okay.
And the bird can shake it around, and
Something
the
real easy to whittle, like some chains.
You guys, there's a little parrot hopping around the dome with some chains, just making some music. Doing little hops with a chain in its beak, and he just sort of like shakes his head.
I'm speaking to it in a higher pitched voice, sort of like how you talk to a baby. I'm saying, "Oh, who's a good bird?" Things like that.
Okay. Plus one friendship, David. Plus one friendship.
Belran, eat 2 good berries. You need it.
He doesn't argue with you.
Yep. He knows the benefit of it. Right. Easily done. All I want is Craig to do a perception check for the final.
25.
25. You believe you see in the storm clouds massive wings. You are immediately concerned that in some way, shape, or form that massive bird is around.
Weird.
Yeah. And it's one of those where you swore for a second, like you were looking up, and you swore for a second that it was just the clouds making the shape. But your perception is so high that you're like, no, those were the wings.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
I'd be pointing
unclear
my
what's.
gun up at it, like, do you get the scope off? So, yeah.
You're unclear of the sort of mechanics behind that bird, maybe just because it's so big it can withstand the wind pressure. But unclear, but definitely burb.
When
That's
everybody's
that.
up, I'll there's a bird. The bird. We've discussed the bird. It's in the storm. Not natural. I almost worry. It's a bird.
You're thinking it's some sort of element.
Well, I hate to say it, but what if there was an egg left here?
Starts looking for eggs.
Not here, Eddie. Like the place we're going.
Oh. Have you guys ever heard of oyakodon? We'll make some of that. It is
yeah.
chicken covered with eggs. Literally translates to parent-child bowl.
Oh.
That's something.
Thank you for that Japanese lesson, David.
Anytime.
Right. The dome dissipates as you all accomplish a full night's rest. Both Craig and Valran lose their 1 tier of exhaustion. Doesn't mean that the weariness from the previous day's travels is gone. Just you've lost the sort of like game mechanic of exhaustion. You guys push forward for the next half of the day. Can I get the survival check? And anybody who wants a perception check.
Survival's a 15. I rolled a 3.
I'll handle the perception with a 21.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Narvos, you get the sense that you have seen the bird, like its wing pierce the bottom of the clouds a couple times, but you're unclear if it's following you or if it's just sort of circling around its territory. very far away, and it's very hard to tell with all the wind in the. Craig loses you guys probably about an hour of time when he follows a path to a ruined farm. That wasn't the actual Old King's Road, and you guys have to backtrack up the road to return to where you were and find the correct way. Can I get Constitution saving throws from it? At this point, by the way, even through the storm, you are beginning to see way in the distance the mountain, and what might be the outline of the fort. The mountain, rather large, intimidating. It definitely pierces the cloud tops of the storm.
19.
17
24.
for Arnie, 19 for Carney.
Okay.
I got a
16
17
for Eddie.
Okay.
I got a 17. Valoran got a 15.
So everybody passes. Everybody succeeds. Nobody loses one. Back half of the day, you guys walking through sort of like muddy, green, wide open space, trying to follow the road. You hear up in the sky this loud, what can only be assumed as like a rooster call, as like the storm sort of intensifies around you, and you see, like, as all of your heads fly up, you see skating at the bottom of the sort of cloud line is this massive bird, this massive avian creature, skating the bottom of the clouds. It is like looking up at a B-52 plane. It's huge. It's a really large creature. What would you guys like to do? It's probably like a couple 100 feet back and up, but is on like your line of trajectory currently. Doesn't look like it's tilted down, but it's flying. It'll fly directly above you.
A good idea to take step into off terrain or rocks or trees.
There are no trees around you. You can there's like a little bit of rocks. It is like being on, like, in Nebraska is how I view it. I admittedly have never been to Nebraska, but like just flat. It's just flat.
Okay.
You got road, you got flat. There's a couple ditches. You could kind of like the French hills. There's a few ditches on the side of the road. Be super muddy, be really difficult to get out of, but you could try and dive into the dishes.
Kansas.
Yeah. Or parts of Minnesota.
I'm sure Nebraska flat too. Never been there myself, but Kansas real flat.
So there you go. So there,
anywhere out there's flat.
It's that sort of concept. You're very much caught out right now. Let me.
And it is diving at us.
It is not. Currently, you're unclear. You can make an investigation or a perception check if you like to try and determine better what's going on. It isn't on like an. Go ahead and make an insight, Craig. Make it more animal handling. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's
less effects. That's okay. I still rolled 6, 8.
It isn't in like a direct nosedive towards you, but it is for the first time below the cloud tops and moving on a like connection course with you.
It's going to try to pick one of us off.
I mean,
how far away from me is it?
About at this point, probably like 1,000 feet.
I can hit it.
I don't think we should try to attack it unless it's actually coming for us, because if we piss it off, I don't want, if this thing's just doing its normal deal and we attack it, I can put up a wall of ice that we can hide behind.
Better idea.
Yeah, I'm using my staff
Okay, so
of frost, making a wall of ice.
You pull out your staff and make a wall of ice. Give me a hot second to just pull out all your characters onto this map. Arvos, Virgin, Velran, Arnie, and Craig. And I'll grab a Cody just because I know he will be making it eventually. Right. So you make a wall of ice. How do I want to make a wall in here?
It'll be kind of little like crescent shaped.
Okay. Just gonna do a pen.
Yeah.
So you make like a half dome of ice around you. Just slam it down. This wall of ice appears. Can I get what was your check there, Craig?
What was it? 16 plus 8. Who did the math?
24.
24.
You, as this ice wall comes up, you notice that the bird's massive head goes down to the ice wall that forms.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't attack, but second.
Yeah, I'm peeking over the wall like I'm backed up with my sniper out.
You watch as it flies overhead and starts to turn around, and it's circling you guys now. And it moves super fast. It moves at like 300 feet per round. So it just flies across the sky. It doesn't come down at all from its elevation, but it does sort of turn around and begin to circle around. What do you guys want to do? So hold on.
Go ahead and watch it again. Watch it for a minute.
Somewhere in this direction is the mountain. Far enough away where it is going to be a long, like if you try and run to the keep, it's going to be hard and rough, but doable. But that, just letting you guys know that. So if you just wait to see it circle around again, it does circle around and start to get lower this time around. It's now probably within like 500 feet. It lowers its altitude as it flies around. And at this distance, you can see that its wings are like covered in like lightning. Its feathers seem to billow out into the wind. Your guess that it is some sort of elemental rock seems to be accurate. Seems to have embedded itself within this storm.
So, could I cast freedom of movement on everybody? If I could I do that?
Oh,
Tough.
freedom of movement. It cannot be up leveled. It is a single creature.
Okay.
So you can give one person the ability to just haul.
For casting.
At this point, I assume you are all aware that that bird is circling you, and you guys are like huddled up, trying to plan the move.
Looking around, there's no terrain features in the
There's like ditches, but like, what's a ditch going to do other than pin you down?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a forest probably the same distance from the keep in this direction. So like equidistant, you can see a forest, and like the trees begin, several thousand feet that way. Same over here to the keep.
How long does this wall last?
An hour, 10 minutes, 10 minutes
let me
to
see.
an hour.
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
All right, we got a few minutes to sit and watch, see if this thing decides it's going to attack or not. Then we got a few minutes. Then we got to come up with a plan.
So here's a question: did you put a ceiling on this wall, or is it just a wall?
It's kind of like, yeah, it's a crescent that is angled, kind of like it would be starting to form a dome type deal.
Yeah, it's half a dome. You've built half a dome.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It would have to come at a really weird angle to try to get anything. And to get it, it would probably end up flying into the wall if it tried to get us.
What do we have for options?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem to be overly hostile. It's not coming to attack us once they put up that wall. It seems more curious. But I could be wrong.
It's currently out of your sight. At this point in the conversation, you've lost sight of it.
It is hunting. We are its prey. There is no question of that. So, does anybody have the ability to teleport?
Kind of.
Looking at Narvos.
Let me check, but if I don't have that, I have the ability to make it go away for a bit.
Okay.
As you're looking through that, with a loud slam, the creature lands on top of the ice wall and pecks down with it.
Oh, I couldn't have shot it on its way down?
No, there's a ice wall there.
Oh, yeah, but I said I was backing up to where I could keep an eye on it from the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if he...
Yeah, he was keeping
I would have been his target if he was going for somebody.
Then then correct.
Yeah.
You are the target.
Sean says, yes, great, targets.
Good job. You are the target of the large creature. So take your shot as it flies in on you.
Okay. This would just be a reaction shot.
Yeah, as it swings around this way, around the wall, and you lose sight of it for a second, and then suddenly it's much further down than you expected it to be. And it's coming in at a straight shot at you with its talons. And you get the sense that you can see the lightning arcing off its feathers and the wind flying off it. That this creature is imbued with the storm.
26 to hit.
That hits.
For 9 damage. It was my sniper. I gotta switch weapons now, but that's all right.
And you watch as a couple feathers fly off. You said 9 damage?
Mm-hmm. Piercing none.
That is all fine. It swoops down and attempts to pick you up. So it's going to with its talons, where I guess I have been playing D&D, so my dice are in my bag.
Are we able to get off any reaction stuff as well?
You did not hold any reaction stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Alrighty.
You guys are in there discussing your motives, and you hear a gunshot, and then all of your heads turn as the bird swoops down on the crack. Gotta dump out some dice until I find a d20. Does a 20? Yeah.
Yes.
I literally have to ask because I don't remember which one of you guys have more than 20.
Yeah,
And which one of you guys don't.
You're good. You're good.
So you take. Is 24 points of slashing damage. 24 points of slashing damage.
Fuck.
Oof.
And 6 points of lightning damage. And are grappled.
Is he within 5 feet of me? Any chance?
Absolutely
No.
not.
No. No.
He flies away
Oh no!
with you. You are grappled, and he just picks you up.
Grapple. I don't
and
get to
starts
make a check
flying away.
against the grapple.
No,
he
it's
hit?
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those creatures where it's like, I hit you, come with me. And he flies away. He does his attack, and he gets about there.
But he's
Probably about
in the air.
He's like 50 feet in the air.
Initiative.
Yep, it is time for initiative. As you all like scramble into action, seeing Craig takes a shot, throws his sniper to the ground, begins to pull out his bow, and then his just talons are sunk into his shoulders, and he's picked up and dragged away. Like both sets of this creature's feet just sink into his flesh at the shoulders, and you just see his legs dangle as he's carried away. Lightning like flying off the back of the creature. At least none of you have exhaustion for this. I should.
I don't know what GIF you posted, Sean, but it's yet to look.
It still hasn't loaded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm gonna delete it then. I'll find it again.
A burb.
Herb.
Big lightning burb. Huh? Lightning doesn't equal thunder. You need to remember this, Sean.
Yep.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong here, but we should only be able to actually take the lightning damage if we're on the ground, right?
No.
Because otherwise, where would the lightning go? There's no voltage potential.
David, don't you dare electricity nerd me.
It's magic.
There's just like no voltage.
It's magic.
This is magic.
It's magic. It's magic.
Magic
Like
don't mean shit.
it's magic lightning.
Like so it comes out of the bird. Where does it go?
Into you.
Nowhere.
Into
You.
like magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It invades your cells at a molecular level.
I don't know. This just doesn't seem like in line with our.
Do you want it to be thunder damage? Do you just want it to be thunder damage?
No. Don't
let's
change
not do
this
that.
guy. Leave him alone. Let him be.
Is that what you want there?
No, we just need to plug our ears. And then
How about no?
No, let's
How about
leave the bird a lightning bird and not make it a thunder bird, please.
Thunderbird.
Damn dirty Dutch. Okay. Narvos.
Cool. I'm gonna run out of the thing. Correct. Is said bird within 60 or 120 feet of me?
I'd say more than 60, but less than 120.
Cool. So I'm do a distance spell. I need to have it make a charisma saving throw.
That's 12.
Well,
Nope.
cool.
Nope. 17.
Doesn't matter. Still not good enough. DC 21.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast it. Sorry, Craig, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah,
And
bro.
he's going to pop away and banishment. Yeah, he's gone for a minute.
Okay.
I hit the ground 2 seconds later.
Oh,
Dice rolling room.
Did you say 50 feet?
yeah.
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Crunch.
Gonna look back to everyone else. Run.
Okay. So you guys are going to get a minute of movement at half speed to the keep.
No.
Yeah.
If you hold concentration,
If it's not from this plane, it won't return.
is it from this plane? John?
You have no idea right
We
now.
don't know.
So you have, like I said, you have a minute to run wherever you want, or set up around where Craig just fell with guns pointed 50 feet in the air. Those are essentially the two options. What would you guys like to do?
Run's
Mm,
probably better, right?
Running seems better. Just gonna put that out there.
fucking go.
Being in open terrain against a giant bird that can fly super fast doesn't seem like a good idea.
So I will remind you, so all of you, if you double move, I think without exception, I don't think any of you have movement speed increases.
I
You
mean,
all
mine
move
does, but it makes me normal speed.
but it makes you normal, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You all move at 30 per round.
which
Because
is
your
6
movement-
seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds, so you can move 300 feet in a minute.
I could go quicker, but
Yes,
And-
and Clarny can cast freedom. Clarny and Convergent can cast freedom of movement on themselves, but that leaves.
Well,
Or you could, I guess, you could just dump spell slots. You need one
I
or
can
two.
cast 6 people. I've got it. I can cast it 3 times.
And I'll cast it 3 times.
Okay, so everybody,
Or however many we need left.
that loses you 15 seconds. Because
Gotta go.
it each count, or well,
we can
18
move
seconds.
15 feet during that.
You can.
So
So let's say that you guys can make it around 500 feet in a minute. With everybody has full movement speed, because it essentially doubles, but you're going to lose a bit of 550 feet.
yeah,
But you're going to lose some of it to getting freedom of movement cast on everybody.
Mhm.
Which gets your feet out of the mud. You guys essentially are like, the mud becomes a hard surface, and you all just start sprinting. Which way are you sprinting?
towards the keep.
Towards the keep. So this is going to be a long, hard run with a lot of checks. As the minute ends, back behind you, a loud, angry caw. You're unclear of what this creature is, but it definitely comes from this plane. It might have magic that it was imbued with from the other
Right.
plane.
Yeah.
But it was a rock. It
Mhm.
was a rock. So
I think it's pissed off now.
yeah, you like with lightning and bird sounds. You guys are like, oh fuck. Can I get Constitution saving throws from everybody?
I can't imagine the bird did any good in the maze.
Oh, is that where the banish?
Yeah, you always go to like a
Banish
maze, right?
Yeah.
I think it depends. I think it depends
over the
on who,
maze.
on who's on what gets sent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've always had where like, I've had it where like sometimes you go to like the waiting room from Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a fun one. There's a nice lady that gives you tea there. I mean, and if you're from a different realm, you get sent back to that realm.
Right.
Like a devil gets sent back to whatever layer of hell it's from. Type beat. This creature probably was sent to like the elemental plane of air. But it is not technically from there, so it comes back. It was a rock. It was probably a rock that was either an egg or really young when the Stormland spell occurred.
That good magic.
That good. The rocks live an incredibly long time. I've actually, in my own head canon, I've never implemented this in any game, but to me, rocks are like phoenixes. There are technically phoenixes, but I view rocks as like also being able to like die and be reborn.
Good to know.
Yeah. So you guys are running Constitution saving throws. What'd you guys get?
Natural 20.
4 again.
Nice.
I got 23 and Carney got 16.
22.
Belhern and I both got 10s.
Okay. I'm gonna say with this like new set, 10 is what you need to pass. You've got the adrenaline pumping through you, kind of lowers the DC once more, but it's gonna get harder as you guys are like full sprint. So 15 seconds go by and you guys are just hauling. You guys feel like you are probably within like 5-ish minutes of just like full sprint to the keep. And you watch as this creature is now within shooting range of Craig as it just like flaps its wings, and you watch as the storm sort of like coalesces behind it as it chases you with a vengeance.
Yeah. I popped my bowstring with my bonus action before anything else happens.
Yeah. So you guys were 550 feet away. It moved 300 feet in its first round. So you guys move another 60 feet forward and are now 200 and 310 feet away from it.
I would create Cody and have Cody sort of run off in like a different direction.
So Cody just sort of breaks off into a sprint. At what point does a Cody dissipate at distance from you?
It'd be 30 feet.
Okay. So why don't a Cody just stay where he is?
Well, my plan is to have a Cody kind of like distract the bird. Like bird goes after a Cody disappears.
Okay. Well, you guys all move before the bird. So you do this as a bonus action. You summon a Cody. Where do you want him to go?
Kind of go, I guess, on this field it would be up. And he'll kind of run parallel 30 feet away.
30. So he's 30 feet away from you right now. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. The moment you move forward with the rest of your group, he dies.
No, he'll run parallel to the.
As a free action.
So
he moves as a free action? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving this way.
Yeah. And that way
I'm going to fall behind the group 30 feet, though.
Okay, Craig falls behind the group.
Because I'm
30.
shooting.
Okay. So you are taking a shot at him at 310 feet away?
Yeah, sharpshooter shots.
You got
30,
it.
20, and a 22.
It's that both hit.
All right. First one, nice, is that is 13 plus 10. 23 plus bugs.
Plus bugs.
That brings it to 30 plus thunder. Does this thing take thunder? Should I even roll it?
It does. I will say it does. I will say it's immune to lightning.
One thunder.
One thunder.
Yes, so 31 damage total.
It still has hollow bones. Thunder damage does kind of tickle.
Okay.
So 31 points of damage, you said?
Yeah.
It has Harrington bones.
Second attack is 21 plus 5 thunder, 26 total.
Jeez.
He has a lot of damage.
Cool. So you all moved 60 feet. It moves the full 300 and lands between you and Craig. Sort of like landing to try and get as many of you within its wingspan as possible. As this creature's wings goes out 15, 18 feet.
This
Huh?
This is a small one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Still huge for Burb, but
I mean, it's
not
gigantic.
it's
huge.
This creature
4x4.
4x4. Yep.
Edge.
It definitely isn't an adult. Like, it isn't full grown. These creatures live to be very old. That's its turn. It uses its full round to just like land and let out like a ferocious caw.
Okay, so he's got 150 feet.
He's got 150
cool.
feet, and if he'd had 300 base,
like,
he would have caught you instantly.
Yeah,
That's insanity.
That's breaking the sound barrier type move. Just
right.
No, he's got 150.
That's insanity, I say, as I'm pretty sure I've introduced a creature that has that exact movement naturally.
On ground, he only has 20 feet movement speed. But what would you guys like to do? I guess Narvos, I've brought you back into combat. You can either keep running or turn and face it.
Well, it's down on the ground, so that's good.
Yeah, it's like maybe hovering 3 to 5 feet above the ground, but it's on the ground.
Cool. Let me see.
You there. You're there. You can see that the lightning, by the way, seems to be arcing to Craig, Carney, and Velran.
Okay.
It also sheds light, in case anybody cared.
It might come up.
It does. It sheds 40-foot bright light and 40-foot dim light from the lightning arcing off it.
It's a bright bird.
It's a shiny bird.
It's Zapdos.
It is Zapdos.
It is, yeah.
Correct.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll cast Maximilian's Earthling Grasp on it.
So you're gonna try and keep it down?
Yeah, hold it, restrain it, so it can't move. Then we can keep on running. Strength DC 21.
I just want to have the spell in front of me. That's when I don't interact with much, but I usually have it on my spell list.
Yeah.
Specifically for creatures like this. Maximilian's Earthling Grasp. Right. 5-foot square. Medium hand made of compacted soil rises there. Talking about that. Nice. So just a little hand, just a hand reaches out from the ground up to the bird's talon, and it will make a strength save.
Star hand.
25.
Yeah, that makes it.
He's a big bird. He's a big bird.
He's a strong bird.
Strong bird.
Knockbird.
That is one of his better saving throws.
Yeah, I figured that. I will quicken cast Firebolt. 28 to hit.
Hits.
16 fire damage. Double 8s.
Hurt. It looks like it's lost a lot of feathers, and it looks very upset. Still very beefy, not like limping or anything, but like you feel like you've bonked him pretty good. The shots have really done some damage.
It's a bird. It has Harrington bones. You hit it hard and it won't like it. That'll be my turn.
Carney and Clarney. Carney takes 10 points of lightning damage at the start of his turn.
Carney, the goblin?
The goblin.
Okay, cool.
The goblin takes 10 points of lightning damage as just being near this creature sucks.
Okay, am I far enough? You are
far enough away, yeah.
Okay,
It's a 5-foot distance.
Okay, well, for Carney's immediate turn, he's not going to like that. He's going to step back a couple feet out with whatever he thinks is out of range. You can make the call whether he makes the right choice. And then
probably just going to run, but the bird is dumb enough that he will just snap at the first thing that runs.
True.
So it's a 10-foot range. So he makes it there. He just starts running. Turns and attempts to just like continue. Maybe he actually turns and tries to continue the way you guys have been running.
And he knows where we're going. There we go.
The bird's going to just snap at it with his talon. And it's going to hit a 29.
Yes, that does hit.
At 29, not Narvos.
Oh, no, please.
29 holds him down right there. No, sorry, right there. Holds him down. He takes 22 points of slashing damage and another 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay, he's still good. He's a very beefy goblin. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw my hammer. I'm going to do it with the divine strike added to it. So
yep, that's always added.
All 3 8s.
Yep.
Yeah, you can pretty much just imagine that's going to always be there.
Yep.
It takes nothing for me. So let me roll to hit. I'm going to 21 to hit plus 3. Does that hit? That does? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then let's do the damage. That's going to be 17, 18, 19, 20 damage. It's a dirty 20 altogether.
Nice. It is now like very upset. It's very upset. But it does have a goblin in its claws. The goblin is grappled. Just in case that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I did grapple the goblin.
But he's staying on the ground.
Anything else from Clarney?
I don't really have anything bonus that I can do that'll help out right now, so I'm good for now. Can Carney attack while grappled?
He can, yeah.
Okay, can he take his 2 attacks?
Yeah. They will not reach the creature's head, even if he crits.
Okay, I actually imagine he's probably too big to have a vorpal hit. I don't know.
No, he's got a head, so like technically can die.
Okay,
but I'm saying like the sword can't reach it right now.
The sword will get there, Sean.
I might take a leg. If it crits, you can have the leg.
Okay, well, he didn't crit. He hits for what is a 17 hit?
That's a hit. Yeah.
Awesome. And then let's
just
do the
crits, stabs him in the leg, and the head falls off.
The head just rolls off.
And that's going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
Like if I shot this bird, it would be more than 10 feet from the shield, but it's still gonna go in the shield, right?
No.
Oh, he did get a crit on his second attack. I did roll a 20.
So I'm going to say that you're going to take that leg then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
I don't have to roll for damage. We'll take a leg.
What's the because isn't there with the Vorpal sword, like it's if the DM decides that's the taking the head, it does a insane amount of damage instead.
Let's see it. There is something about that Vorpal sword. You cut off one of the creature's heads. The creature die. A creature is immune to the doesn't have or need a head, or the GM decides that the creature is too big for its head to be cut off with this weapon.
Yep.
Such creature takes an extra 68 slash damage for the head. Too big, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, so
He's too big.
Is it the 68 or is he breaking his grapple by cutting the leg off?
I will let you decide that. You can either take the leg and save the grapple or deal 68.
Can I, if I take the leg, can I roll for damage too? But just my
You can just roll,
damage?
just normal damage. Just normal damage.
Okay, well that's gonna be 10 for damage and take the leg.
You got it. And then Carney's free, falls to the ground, just encased in a giant talon.
Yeah, we're good. We're done.
It lands like a cage on top of it.
It does.
Yeah.
Like a prison.
It is now this creature's turn. It at the start of its turn, it's going to flap its wings, and everybody needs to make dexterity saves. Yeah, dexterity saves for me.
25.
19.
I got 17. Belran got 21.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20 and Carney got a 15.
Okay. Eddie, dex save.
$15.
Okay. So anybody lower than a 20 gets knocked back and takes damage.
Oofed.
You take 30 points of lightning damage and get knocked back 15 feet. So it was you. Who got less than a 20?
Carney.
Eddie.
Carney is already on the ground.
Well, can he get pushed back if he's in the prison?
Yeah, I'm going to say he just takes the damage.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he just takes the damage. Yeah, I'm going to say he takes 30 points of lightning
He's very
damage.
beat up right now. He's not in good shape.
I'm going to... what?
Me and Valran both failed.
Okay, so you and Valran both get knocked back. Clarny, can I get another dexterity saving throw from you? Or a strength save? I'll let you choose. You can either catch Valran, like body him, and he'll stay where he is, or you can make a dex save to get out of the way.
What's my bonus for my strength saving since I'm like super 25 strength?
It's your bonus. Like, so it's that number.
Should be listed on.
Yeah, it should be on there.
So like you've got I'm pretty sure Fire Giant, which is 25, which is +7, and clerics don't have a bonus to strength, so it's a +7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just my +7. So let's do.
So you're gonna try and body Valran.
Yeah, I'm gonna body him, and I rolled a 20. It's a dirty 20 with the +7. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's good. I'm gonna say that's good that you body Valran. I'm gonna say that you're going to take like 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's cool.
Just from like, the wind kind of being knocked out of you catching an entire dark elf.
Some Valran damage.
Twice my size.
Yeah, but he stays in his position.
Same weight.
Just remember, conversion that you both take 30 points of lightning damage. And this creature, I need either, once again, from Clarny, but this time Carney.
Okay.
You can decide to either make a strength saving throw or a dexterity saving throw. He's going to try and pick up his claw and fly away. So,
it's going to be a strength because that's the highest one. It's
Okay.
a higher one. And that's going to be a 15.
All right. That is not good enough. The creature's rigor mortis claws maintain as Carney goes, wait, no, what? No. And this creature leaves.
Can I attempt to grapple his reaction?
Grapple as a reaction. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that you can just make a normal opportunity attack.
I'm not.
Also, this creature is so massive. Grappling it means you're going with it.
Right. Yeah, that's what
you're not
thinking.
Okay, if you want, I say if you want to do that, then sure. If you just want to like
plan on me pulling
like
it down by
it.
any means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then just like in the moment you grab its talon and like its leg and are taken off with it. Velran, while stunned, kind of like dazed, does have the chance to make an opportunity attack conversion. As this guy begins to fly away. He's sort of like, as he sort of steps back from Clarny catching him, he sees the creature begin to leave his range, pulls out his short sword, takes a swipe.
Yep. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Huh.
Eddie has a plan.
You have a plan?
I have a genius plan.
So what, 6 points? Yep, 6 points.
You got it. This creature then ascends 120 feet, 150 feet into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere over. Just in like literally it goes nose to the sky and just starts beating its wings to get away. Now very much a flamingo. Carney losing it, screaming like a goblin. Craig, don't know what you're up to.
I
don't know how
a bunch of flaming.
How composed you are.
There's a bunch of flaming flies that are really about to go off.
It's like a trail of flaming flies behind the bird, like getting caught with electricity. It's a very cool look. Next up is Greg. Greg himself.
Burning hands into its face.
As best as you can do, like up into its face.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Enough. I'm going to say it's a disadvantage deck save from him.
I appreciate that.
Not really much he can do. He's a pretty large creature. But really decent. 18.
18.
18.
But that's a pass. So he'll
Pass.
take
So
half.
Takes half damage.
17.
The lightning feathers kind of lessen the damage.
So 8 damage.
You got it.
And
Flames sort of roll off its chest and its head, smoking a little bit.
Try to climb to its back.
Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Would be a 15.
I'm going to say that's meets it, beats it for what I was looking for. I think that's bare minimum to try and climb on this thing.
And I'll use my bonus action to dash just to make sure I can get up to its like neck.
All good. Yeah, you're in the sort of rider position.
Yeah, that's me.
That brings us to Eddie. Eddie, you're like 180 feet away from the bird right now.
Too far away from my plan.
Eddie just sort of watches. He looks up. His neck sort of rolls back.
Kind of need this thing on the ground. Oh, I will okay, you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I want to ready my plan. That's what I want to do.
Good plan.
Next time he's on the ground, my plan has two parts. Part number one, I'm going to use my miracle whip. I'm going to use the rope of entanglement aspect of it to wrap around one of its legs.
Its only leg, yeah.
His only leg.
All right. Because I know I can't get the thing around its whole body. So just the leg is good. And then part two, ready? I'm going to use the immovable rod aspect of it to lock it down.
So those are both actions, right?
Yeah.
So you need 2 rounds to do
action surge?
You can't hold an action surge.
Well, I guess we'll just try and wrap it around because that happened
you're there with the whip ready and raring. Do you move a Cody back towards you?
Yeah, Cody can come hang out.
Cody moves closer to the team. Convergent and Valorant.
Convergent's going to go ahead and use Steps of the Night to give himself a flying speed equal to his walking speed.
Okay, so you've got a 30-foot flying speed right now.
Yep, and that is a bonus action.
Okay.
So I am going to start pursuing.
Like Superman, Convergent just flies off the ground and pursues.
Not very fast.
Yeah, you with your movement, do you double move?
Yeah, I'll be double moving for a bit.
So you're
looking to outpace me.
Yeah, you're within currently 80 feet of it, 70 feet of it, something like that. Craig, you can turn around and see Convergent with his helmet, like closer and flying than everybody else. Does Velran want to take a shot with the crossbow or let it go?
Well, he's got the hand crossbow. So.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
Yeah, I don't think he can either. Yeah. Cool. Brings us back to Narvos. You watch as Convergent just takes off after Carney and Craig. Bird.
Oh man, he beat me to it. All right. Yeah, I'm going to. I mean, it's gonna be my action, but Radiant Soul. Get the wings start
and move. So you're gonna move 30 into the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Easily done.
So the bonus action, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quicken. I'm gonna do a quicken. Yeah. So how far how far away am I from it?
You're 120 feet ish.
120. Okay.
Ish. Yeah. If you have a spell that you do that's 120 feet, I'm gonna roll a die to see whether it's in range.
Okay.
The sorcerer.
The answer is yes, and I could be further.
Can you roll a d20 for me?
Yes.
For your banishment.
And
yeah, you're Maximilian. So another
16, 12.
So both of those are fine.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay, cool.
I remembered. I was just like, hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do another. I'm gonna do a chromatic orb at him.
Okay. And what's the distance?
It's, or no, you said 120.
He's 120-ish feet away. Yeah.
Not 90. I can read numbers. I'll just do a firebolt.
Okay.
So that's right on the nose, 120.
All right. 5 and above, you're good. Yep.
29 to hit. Yep.
You're good.
Cool.
It hits. Catches his tail feathers.
That is a 9 and a 10. 19. And then as part of the radiant soul, I can do an additional 9 radiant damage. So gonna be 28 total.
Most of its tail feathers are singed. Very upset. It's very hurt. It's very hurt. That's Narvos's turn. Brings us to Clarny, who's on the ground 150 some odd feet away.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything that's that I can do.
Then we cut over to Carney, trapped in his prison. 150 feet in the air. What would you like the goblin?
Well, he knows that things are not good if he falls. He's smart enough for that.
Yep, one can assume.
Actually, I might have something here.
I was thinking there might be a spell or two you might have.
Yeah.
Insect Plague.
What's the range?
Is a level 5. 300 feet.
It's a area of effect.
That's what I'm looking
20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose, which is this entire creature's. You'd hit Craig and Carney.
Right. Yeah, Carney doesn't have enough life for that.
A plague of locusts appear and eat Carney.
And Craig.
I mean,
and Craig.
Yeah, Craig's pretty hurt too. And that's the other thing. I don't want to kill it because if they fall.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to this fun encounter I thought of.
Yeah.
Let me get to my turn.
I'm gonna just be safe and not do anything to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Carney's not gonna try to fight it.
Okay. Carney saw Craig. Carney saw Craig was there to help him, and Carney, I guess, probably just goes, the dead man has this, and if he doesn't, we're both dead. It's fine. He's been dead once. Maybe it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He knows better than me. Oh God.
It's like the superhero movies and all the flying superheroes take off and everyone else that can't fly is like, what do we do now?
Hawkeye stands there.
Right. It's his turn.
It's his turn now. So all he does on his turn, fly 300 feet up into the air.
Up.
Like straight up. He is trying to break the cloud cover, which you can tell he will break on his next turn. And he leaves you two in the dust. So we're gonna just sort of move you guys there, move you guys over there, and have you guys over here as sort of the three parts of this battlefield, this Z-axis battleground. It is now your turn, Craig.
I can't speak with animals.
At the start of your turn, and I forgot to do this with Carney, let me roll the D6s. Because if I roll low, it's good for you. Dice rolling room. So Carney takes 8 points of damage, 8 points of lightning damage, and Craig takes 6.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's just I was too close to the Thunderbird, to the lightning bird.
I can't speak with animals.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, you need to listen to me. Me and this goblin will kill you. Unless you place us back on the ground.
Animals. It doesn't understand you.
Fuck. No way. It's not a beast?
It's not a beast.
I thought a rock was a beast.
It's a monstrosity.
Monstrosity?
It's a monstrosity. It's a monstrosity.
That's not even a real thing.
That's not real. You made that up.
That's I mean, I just said it in common, so maybe it understood that.
It doesn't. It does understand a language, not that one. I do believe your wayward wizard boy speaks this language.
Then it's magic.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
That's
try
what I'm
Abyssal, I'd try Primordial, I'd try
Run.
Druidic.
Well, primordial, and its ears do sort of prick up.
Okay, then Primordial. I'll do my whole 6 seconds saying the same thing in all the languages I know.
And at primordial, it like tweaks its head. And repeat to me what you said, because I wasn't listening because I was reading that.
You need to place us back on the ground, or me and this goblin will kill you.
You're unclear. Give me either a persuasion or intimidation check. I will sort of like reveal the covers. It understands Ignan, but can't speak. So we're doing that thing where I was like, primordial is sort of like the mixture of them all. You need to like be really persuasive and hope that enough words make it into this bird's brain.
18 intimidation.
You go ground or die.
Okay. You think you have at least said it to it, and you think it understands something.
That's good.
You think it has heard you.
Okay, that's my turn.
And we will see when his turn comes around how it behaves. What does Eddie want to do? Eddie, you watch as it like breaks the sound barrier going straight up. Just a clap of its wings, and like the rain stops for a second around it, and then instantly returns.
Eddie grapples things and walks them down, and that's what he does, but he has to actually be near the thing to do that. So I guess he's too far away to even shoot with a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Eddie,
he's like 450 feet in the air.
Eddie just plays rock paper scissors for that, Cody, and waits for the opportunity to do something. He readies his plan. That's all he's doing.
Roll a d4 for me, please.
All right. One.
That's a rock. I had scissors. You win.
Shouldn't have been made of me.
Conversion and Valorant. What do you want to do?
I am actually gonna try and be like, crap, I'm not gonna be able to even keep up with that thing. But I am gonna continue flying after it.
Okay. So you move 60 feet following behind. Narvos?
You. Yeah, sorry, I spaced out. I got distracted. What's happening?
The bird flew 300 feet in the air. Craig's trying to plead with it. It is literally trying to break for the clouds. It is trying to get away from you with its prize and its claws.
Gotcha.
All claws. It's every claw. It wants Carney. Craig came along.
Okay, and so how far away is it at this?
From you moved 30 feet. It moved 300 feet. 270 plus 120 is 390. It's 390.
So too far away for me to do anything effective.
Correct. It is making for the trees. Not the trees, the clouds.
I was like, the sky trees.
Sky trees. The sky foliage.
Yes. At this point, I'm going to, I guess, just try to regroup with everyone else, start making my way back down there.
Okay. So and Conversion, by the way, like Superman is still chasing. Okay. Even though he's being left behind, Conversion continues flying up.
I'm gonna shout to Conversion, keep going. I'm gonna make sure the rest of everyone's okay. Drop back.
Easy enough to do.
I'm going to use Cure Wounds on me.
Okay.
Try to make myself less hurt.
That brings us to Carney and Clarney. Carney takes 8 points of lightning damage at the start of his turn. just being cooked. Just being cooked with lightning.
Yeah, he can't. This is his last turn unless we do something. Just FYI.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, there's not anything I can do.
Okay. What do you want something Carney to do?
There's not really anything he can do. I mean, other than fight. Let me. No. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. That brings us to the creature's turn, and the creature, it's for Craig and Carney. The rest of you look up and you see this bird flap its wings one last time and enter the clouds. For Craig and Carney, it's this brief moment of just like everything being wet, and like you feel the static electricity rise on your clothes and like the hairs you have on the back of your neck, and then you break the surface, and it's that scene from like every movie that has this, where the storm is raging below you, but above the storm it's like perfect sunlight, clouds, it's super quiet, and the bird just sort of like levels off at the top of the clouds, and that's its turn. It moves another 300 feet up, and is no longer at a steep, like, I'm going up, and begins to level out its flight. Craig, what would you like to do? It seems very sort of like tired and limping. I would, it's crying, in a Monster Hunter sense. It's a very weak bird currently.
Put down your electricity.
It's trying to head back to its nest.
Yeah. Gonna say, you're gonna be all right, to Carney and healing word him.
Okay.
For 6.
6 points of healing to Carney.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
And going to try to hang on to this bird and ride it to its nest, because I can't take this drop.
Okay. You take 10 points of damage. Of lightning damage.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's no longer attacking any of you. You guys sort of coalesce down here. Convergent, I assume you chased to the cloud tops, right?
Yeah.
So by the time you break the cloud tops, you can see in the distance the rock flying towards the peak of the mountain.
Okay.
Craig, how much healing do you want to burn?
All of it. I have 1 first level and all 3 second levels in cure wounds for myself. I can't. I'm at 14 health, so I can't.
Okay, so you can keep yourself alive.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah.
Carney's dead. Carney's gonna die. Carney's gonna be cooked in his little cage. You have 1 chance, Carney. You can decide whether the goblin will cut himself out or be cooked in the cage. Well, what do you think your goblin would choose to do?
He's going to take his 2 attacks.
He's going to take his 2 attacks. Take your 2 attacks. Just roll to hit.
Right, like a boss.
Well, would you believe it?
No.
Yes. Not gonna lie, that was a natural 20.
All right. Well, you cut yourself free, and Craig, you look down just as the goblin breaks the cloud tops. Just poof, little goblin hole. Convergent, you see it, but you are way too far away. I'm going to roll a D100 in the dice rolling room.
I will say that I am planning on him dying. I can fix that.
That's fine. This is how close he is to you guys.
You're gonna die.
Let's go with
Don't
fair.
worry, I can fix this.
He is halfway between you guys and the keep. You guys see just a body break the clouds and fall and fall and fall and fall. And
Do we know which one it is?
no, not from the distance you guys are at. But you guys do see a body just plummet.
Very Civil War-esque.
Just for shits and giggles. He takes 523 points of bludgeoning.
That is goblin jelly.
Is that even like?
Isn't there a point though?
There is like a rule is written. Yeah, rules is written. There is a cap. I don't like the cap because barbarians can survive.
Yeah.
20d6. Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but at the same time, there's a certain height where you just die. I just wanted the number because I thought it was funny. I just thought it'd be funny. I'll laugh.
Is this thing almost dead?
Yeah, it's. I will say to you, sort of above board. I think the Monster Hunter comparison is very good, where it is tired and wants to get away from this due to a survival mood, but you couldn't kill it in one round. It'd probably take 2, if not 3 rounds if you do a bad job in one of those rounds.
Okay.
You'd also need to be at somewhat of a range.
Yeah.
Because of you.
Yeah.
But it is like,
I mean, I can
trappable.
I don't have hunter's mark or nothing, but I can still do bugs through melee. And I got a rapier, or a scimitar, whatever it is, from Drow.
A meter.
Melee for you would probably take you close to like 10 rounds, a whole minute of just like stabbing its head.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what happens at its nest.
So it's a really calm ride to a degree. Like every 6 seconds, you just sort of like give yourself a word of encouragement to keep yourself alive. You land at this mountaintop nest. It is filled with like bones of humanoids and large beasts. There's scoring of the lightning all through it. You do see another smaller rock that is like probably an infant of sorts, just hatched, is in the back of the nest. And this creature lands. And what do you do when it lands? And you see that there's another, probably like I don't know, medium. It's probably around your size bird.
I would hop to the edge of the nest in the opposite direction of the young one.
The bird literally just sort of like hobbles, places its leg near the nest and lays down and like just like curls up between you and the child, and just one of its eyes stares at you. And like you have this feeling of like this creature, while not the most intelligent being, is telling you get the fuck out or die.
I'm gonna drop down, grabbing the edge of the nest, hands, try to find purchase below me.
It is like the top of Everest. You are just like, you hop out of like the cave that it has its nest in, and you are just sort of like on a snow-swept mountainside above the clouds. The like rolling gray clouds are several hundred feet beneath where you are standing on the mountaintop. In the distance, you can see Conversion still flying, like Superman fist forward, heading towards you. Probably still several hundred feet away.
Yeah.
So you can either like try and get more distance between you and the nest, or just wait for Conversion, who has been.
The distance between me and the nest is steep and snowy. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Like heavy avalanche territory if you like step on the wrong thing.
I think I just want to try to hide from the bird, make it think I left.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Natural 20 plus 8. 28.
He's gone. He's gone. This man's out of here. Disappeared.
I plan to maintain that stealth until I can sleep this off.
Converging, he disappeared. He just disappeared into the snow. And as you make it closer to the nest, I'm sure Craig pops out and is like, "Hey." But like you watch him
finger over my mouth and like wave you over to me.
Yeah. You watch him hop out of the nest and then just disappear into the whiteness of the snow. So for a hot minute before you get there, you just are like, is it that deep? Is the snow, did he just like fall through a snowbank? Is he suffocating? Does he even need air?
No.
Well, he probably would have been fine if he had fallen through a snowbank, to be honest. You guys, you collect Craig. And now we turn our attention as you guys return through the storm tops together. I assume like your armpitting Craig as you fly down. Put your arms beneath his armpits.
I mean, how heavy is Craig?
Craig is, he's like 140 pounds, right? But then he's got armor and a bag and stuff. So, you know.
Yeah, that's not gonna be that bad then.
Yeah, he's not very buff.
It's all good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Convergent is wearing heavy plate and does full plate mail and does not seem to be slowed down.
Yeah.
So we cut to everybody else. Everybody runs forward to the just splattered mess that is Carney. His armor crumpled in on him. His shield and sword nowhere to be found. Most of his bones and flesh are just destroyed. Pretty much the only reason you recognize this as the goblin is its size and a couple ears. What would you like to do? He was about halfway there. It's been well over a minute since he landed.
So he's all there. He's not missing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of his innards are scattered. A lot of his blood's in the mud. But sure.
I think you got a level 5er that it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I think resurrection doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's been past a minute. You can't revivify him. You gotta use a higher one.
Well, Raise Dead is up to 10 days, so
yeah. So that one sort of he collects, like it's really gross to watch.
No, Raise Dead doesn't restore missing body part.
That's why I was asking. So
what's the other one?
Like
it may not be recognizable, but it's there, right?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Imagine you took an orange and chucked it at the ground. That's your goblin right now.
Once you become goo, you stop becoming countable and you start becoming measurable.
Correct. That's a very good reasoning.
We bring him back, he's just going to be all, kill me.
I think if you raised Dead currently, he'd be like more classified as an ooze.
Yeah. I think you're going to have
My
to
life is constant pain.
You're going to have to wait a few levels.
Or you just say that the goblin died, guys.
Well, no, we can scoop him up and do like something way later.
Him in the jars.
Because like resurrection at level 7, they can do it with just a little bit of it, right?
Yeah.
Water, the shape water ability, is that applicable here? Can I just?
Oh my god!
So
shape it into a goblin.
I'm going to say that Conversion and Craig descend upon the conversation that's occurring of like, what do we do with the body of the goblin?
Give me
It's like, it just comes to realize that nobody has the like resurrection abilities for this mess.
give me one ear. I'll put it in my bag, and you can use that in the future.
Can I get a charisma saving throw from Clarny? Who, I mean, it's up to you how emotionally distressed you want to be, but I'm going to say that there's a charisma saving throw occurring right now.
Well, I mean, I rolled a 20.
Okay,
But,
so you know you're pushing the shock away. You know, you're not, shell shocked looking down at your little buddy right now, but like
you're not banished into your mind prison.
Yeah, yeah. You're not. Your eyes are not dilating. You're not breaking down. But like this is a rough moment, and I think this is the first time Clarny probably has an understanding of how the party felt when he died.
Like, damn, this is rough.
Okay, so the goblin's dead. We've collected an ear. We've put the ear away for safekeeping for later resurrection.
One of you clerics, give me some healing, please. Still very hurt.
I can do that as well. I have cure wounds.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'll help you with that.
Don't I have like a detect item or something? I want to find that shield and that sword.
Yeah, that was going to be my follow-up.
Yeah.
Was if do you have a spell called Detect Object?
I've got Locate Object.
Locate Object. Perfect. Spend it twice. You can find both the sword and the shield.
Yes, I do that.
Okay. Easy. And they were scattered. They like between 300 and 500 feet away in a sort of radius from where the goblin landed. He literally like died from the lightning as he fell, let go of his weapons, and hit the ground. The armor, I can't remember. I mean, it's not up to me.
Yeah, he had it.
Was he
wearing?
Had it.
Hold on a second. Let me look.
What was the armor on his body? Because if it's magical,
I don't think it was anything magical.
Then yeah,
let me make sure.
Then it's destroyed. It can be metal that you take, but like he's pretty much like imprinted on it.
Oh, he had a cloak of protection.
So you can take the cloak from him.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Peel him off the cloak.
I shake him off.
Yeah. Like taking like a blanket off a bed. Just
Honey, do you mind if you wouldn't, would I? That would really help me out.
Yeah, actually, you could use that. Yes. I don't need that. You definitely need that.
You now have a goblin-sized cloak of protection.
Yeah. Yep. It's a little sticky.
Sorry about the stains.
What do you want to do with the sort of like the metal and bloody remains that sit at your feet? Are you just going to leave them here? Are you going to?
Can I take the metal just for scraps because I can use that for anything fabricating in the future?
It's in my bag. It's grisly trying to take some of this metal.
That's fine.
You're more than willing. Yeah. Okay. So
whatever I make it into will have his spirit imbued.
Yep. It's like pieces of hair and flesh and muscle, or you kind of scrape it off and put it in a pile. And what you're left with is essentially just a pile of bones and goblin flesh.
Eddie has a sensation of puking right now. Pretty close.
This is really gross.
Yeah, it is.
What would you guys like to do? Just leave it there, build a
No, I'm gonna give him a proper burial and
get a grave going.
I still have his ear though.
Blessing and
I got the ear for later.
Yeah, yeah. You've taken the ear. Okay, so a grave is dug, a proper burial. Any final words for the fallen compatriot?
Eddie would like to say, He took some arrows for us.
Yes.
And
Wouldn't
some
mind
of
if
my
we
spells.
retired that shield, actually.
Yes. Yes.
What are you saying? Eddie could use. Give it to Cody.
I mean,
Give it to
Seriously,
Eddie so that
yeah,
both
give
Eddie
Cody
and
to
Cody have it.
Cody can just like stand slightly in the front of the group and just like absorb everything, die every couple seconds. Completely negate.
I don't think Cody can have the shield unless you have the shield. You know how this works, right?
Well, I would have the
Yeah, you're the one that made
make it Cody, and Cody would be holding the shield.
Right, but then you would also have the shield, and it would only work for you. Not...
Is that? Yeah,
I would say it worked for. I would say it would work for both of them, but
right.
I'd say I would just like give Cody the physical shield and say, "Hold this."
you'd have to do that every time. But yeah,
Yeah.
that is an idea for later times. If you guys need somebody where you just like, Cody, here's the shield of missile attraction. Go.
Oh.
Will be our bullet magnet.
Go no further than
Okay.
30 feet.
Any final statements at the goblin funeral? Rain pours down on you guys. The wind whips.
I use my wings to make an umbrella to fit the situation. He'll be back eventually, right? I think. So I mean, maybe we'll see. But I mean, he was good while he's here. Did a lot of very cool things with that sword. We'll miss him.
Okay.
Enjoy your death.
While it lasts.
What a dark thing to say.
Eddie's like having flashbacks to his
To the elite and empire. Yeah. Eddie's like, damn, bringing me back. Okay. Okay. Well, you guys make it to. So we're gonna end here in a second, but I do want to end with you guys pulling up to the keep. You guys march with your freedom of movement the rest of the distance. Let me just copy and paste. To Fort Chillingdon. You guys start climbing the path to the mountain fortress. And you can see that there's huge statues, there's a big path, and on the battlements, you see that there's like broken pieces of the battlements, that there's like obviously been like battles have been fought here, time has taken its damage on it. You can see the old weapons that used to defend this place. And then at the tops of the keeps, you see movement. And can I get a perception check from anybody who cares to?
24.
16.
Okay. I would say that all of you then register. The ones below 20 are like, there's men defending the walls of this keep. This is still a defended keep. Those of you with above a 20 realize that those are ghosts, that you can just kind of see through them, that the keep is defended by its old defenders. A permissive fog remains. I forgot to put rain here. I will remember to do that before our next game, because there should be rain here as well. But a fog permits through this whole place, very much reminding you of the forest to a degree. It's not the same sort of creepiness, but you can just like taste the magic in the air. And as you guys are kind of coming up this mountain path, you see you hear inside the roar of a large creature somewhere deep within the keep.
Fucking ghost dragon.
Maybe.
AD.
That's where we're ending today's game as you guys approach the ghost fort and hear a loud roar.
Bye, guys.